Stand for what you believe in, even if you have to stand alone. We're in a pressure cooker, and you might be feeling the pressure right now, and it's pushing us forward. It's catapulting us forward. It's pushing us out, giving birth. The gestation period is over, and this is a completion event. This solar eclipse, it's shining a light coming out of the darkness onto you, onto your mission. It's a very powerful time period, and it's going to allow us to finish this year strong. You might have wanted to bring abundance into your everyday life. This is the year to do it. It's the 8th year, and we will finish this year strong. We will finish this year with the inexhaustible belief in ourselves. This solar eclipse is much more than you could even imagine. It's good to see everyone. If you're new to the channel, I'm Michael. I discuss the ascension journey, and I make it relevant for everyday life people. Ascension is not for spiritual people, it's for all people. So this year, you are going to ascend to a higher plane of existence. You are going to ascend to a higher version of yourself. And this is a time period to stay focused and bring forth radical action. This is a completion event. When you think of the great American eclipse that we had earlier this year, this is putting a bookend to that. And during that time period, you might have put things out. So go back in time and think what you were putting out to the universe, what you wanted for your everyday life at that time period. The seeds that you plant today do not bear fruit that day. There was a gestation period. So this solar eclipse is marking the end of that gestation period, and it's time to give birth to your dreams. Impacting lives. What you are called to do, if you're stumbling across this message, this is a high vibrational message and a high vibrational community. The work that you're going to do is going to impact lives. It's not what everyone else kind of does. So during this pressure cooker that you might feel right now, you might feel your body being squeezed. You might feel your drive for what you want to accomplish be squeezed. That's because you are actually changing lives with your work. The enemy attacks you and your work because what you're doing is not ordinary. Okay? We are extraordinary. Why don't you write that in the comments? I am extraordinary. That's the mindset we have to have moving forward. This is a time period of celebration. It's a time period of victory. And you will carry it through. You have to carry it through. So, there's going to be, to get to that new beginning, and we'll get there in a few minutes, but you're going to have to carry it through, and you're going to have to carry it through the enemy. And you will see this. You might be coming across this message today, and you're going to start to realize that the enemy is lurking within the spiritual communities. These are the individuals that tell you no. These are the individuals that try to gaslight you. These are the individuals that try to twist your words. These are the individuals that try to put a demon inside of your head. What's the demon? It's called the demon of self-doubt. Cast out the self-doubt and believe in yourself. It makes it crystal clear. I've been sharing for a long time. Spiritual warfare, the unseen battle, is now crystal clear. So you could see this, and anytime you do something with strength, anything that actually impacts lives, something that actually changes the game, it's going to be attacked. And you will see these obstacles, you will see these factors that try to deter you pop up out of nowhere. And that's your signal to know that your breakthrough, it's here, baby. Yeah. Your breakthrough is here. You could write that in the comments. The breakthrough is here. It's the breakthrough that you've been waiting for. It's time for a new beginning. And that's what this eclipse, it's a new moon, it's a new beginning. And it is forcing you, once again, it's taking, right? We are taking what is inside of us and bringing it out to the world once and for all. You might be getting this message, and you might have been on this journey for a while, and you weren't able to express yourself. You weren't able to express yourself in all your authenticity. This time period, this month, represents a time period where you must be authentic. I'll give you a little science about this. You might be feeling that stirring up inside. And Dr. Gabor, he teaches us, if you are not living in authenticity, if you have a mission and you're keeping it up inside, you're going to feel sick, right? You're going to throw your organs off. You're going to feel this inside of you. If you're feeling the stirring, it's things that are inside of you that have to come out. The birthing that needs to come out. You're here to birth something into this reality, and you're going to do it now, and you're going to be supported with the energy of this eclipse. When the light is covered up, it's eclipse, right? And we kind of take the sun for granted, right? The sun is always there. When the light is covered up, it will force you to shine that light from within. In the darkness, you are the light of the world. In the darkness, you are the light of the world. It forces you to bring out the light within. And now you're glowing. You're like a glowworm for everyone. You're lighting the way for everyone. Yeah, you're emitting light. So in this darkness, it is your time to shine. And you kind of activate this light during this eclipse. And now you're shining it to the world. You are the light of the world. When the sun is out, you are now the light of the world. It's time for change. And the enemy will bring chaos before the change, but the chaos is necessary because it brings out the finest. Sometimes in inopportune conditions, we need to perform at our finest. The will beats the skill. It's something I've shared on this channel for many years. And why don't you all write it down in the comment section? The will beats the skill. There's going to be very, very skillful individuals out there. They have a fancy tongue and they know how to speak and twist words. But your will, doesn't matter how clever they are, how cunning they are, it's time for you to shine. It's a biblical time period. It's a massive sorting that's been happening, a sorting of the wheat and the tares. You might be getting this message. You might have started your spiritual awakening journey a couple of years back, and all of a sudden now you're starting to see the playing field. You're starting to see it crystal clear. You might be encouraged to spend some time alone as we go into this eclipse. Sometimes, we can't, if you're thinking about, say giving birth, we don't do it in front of a bunch of people. You might have to spend some time alone. Those that have been watching this channel, they see, like, I'm actually kind of forced to kind of take a step back. Usually I do a lot of the videos live, right? But there's a divine design to this. There's a time to go inside. It's such a powerful time. You got to keep going inside right now. You're going to have to keep going inside. And then that eclipse comes. Now the world is counting on your light to carry us through that time period when we have the darkness. When darkness comes over the earth, there's a group of people that are holding the light. Why don't you smash the like button if that resonates with you? In a time of darkness, there's a group of people that hold the light, that shine the light, and people are counting on you. You have to be empowered. You have to know that you are unique. You have to know that you have special abilities. We all do. And if you listen to people that try to talk you out of it, that could pull you off your path. You have to be so strong. You have to be so powerful at this time. It's time to give birth. It's time to give birth. It's time to stand for what you believe in, even if you have to stand by yourself. There's a very powerful vibration behind that. You will see the enemy pop up, and they will try to, squawk. They will try to put self-doubt inside of you. when you have the inexhaustible belief in yourself, that's where the change happens. That's where the magic lies. A lot of people get triggered in their ego, right? Because they want to continue doing the same thing. You're challenging their belief systems, right? So they don't like you. That's because they're in their ego. You might see this in the spiritual communities. You might see a lot of people that claim to be spiritual, but they're actually trying to distract you. There's a whole world out there, and that's why I'm kind of teaching people. Ascension is not for spiritual people. It's for everyday life people. You might want to launch your business. You might want to launch your idea. You might want to move forward with a sport. Your Uncle Mike is here to support you. And what I'm here to do is to take these spiritual concepts and apply them to your everyday life. You don't have to be in a spiritual community to utilize these events throughout the year. You don't have to be so ultra spiritual to improve your everyday life. You can ascend, and ascension is for everyone. Once you make that concept, it's a free will conscious decision. Not everyone makes it. A lot of people complain, and a lot of people will not like you when you start to ascend. If you've realized that, why don't you let us know down below? Once you start ascending, you're going to trigger people. Your strength is going to trigger their weakness. And all you need to do is keep moving forward. This eclipse marks the end of a gestation period, something that was implanted within you earlier this year. The abundance is within you. It's time for abundance in your everyday life. Whatever that means to you. Stay focused on your goals. Stay focused on your dreams. The hand of God will move, and the hand of God is right behind you every step of the way. Remember this during this time period. We are going to go into the darkness, and when we come out, we're going to be the brightest lights that the world has ever seen. And so it is. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. What are you going to do during the eclipse? And a lot of people ask me. I'm also here to tell you, don't say, people are going to say, oh, you don't have to do anything. You do what resonates with you. Just me on my journey. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of beach. There's going to be a lot of grounding. There's going to be being out in the sun, being by the salt water. That's my journey. A lot of radical action, a lot of bringing into my reality, actually doing, actually writing, actually creating. Creators create. Don't forget that. You will know them by their fruits. It's a time period right now to create. Create the reality that you want to experience. You have to have radical action to bring it. It's time to manifest the dreams that you've always wanted. And I always talk about radical action. Manifestation requires action. Emotion drives the action. So you might be getting this message, and you might get individuals that quote unquote poke the bear. They're done. It's done on purpose because emotion drives the action. Otherwise, sometimes, if we're nice and comfortable, we might not get up and do much. So remember that. This is a time period of manifestation. That requires action, and your emotion is going to drive that action. There's something brewing inside of you. It's time to bring that light to the earth. I love each and every one of you. We have Facebook, TikTok, and Patreon. All the links are in the description. Please share this video. Head over to the channel page. We have many thousands of videos to help you improve your everyday life. And let's stay focused on becoming the best version of ourselves all the way to the end of this year and for years to come. Let's improve our everyday life physically, mentally, and spiritually. Let's focus on only getting better by 1% per day. We don't have to be perfect. We're just everyday life people. So I love each and every one of you. Stay focused. Don't live in fear. Be the best there is. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. I love you all. It's time to shine, warriors.